All right, party people in the place to be, vandals and all you ninjas out there lurking in the shadows. This is a brand new episode of How Did We Get Here? We got a very special guest joining us from Europe. I think this is and we've had a couple Europeans, but I think that he's actually one of the first native Europeans we've had on, and we're going to go ahead and let him introduce himself. How are you doing today, sir?
Hello, guys. Well, first of all, thank you to have me here on your show. My name is Gorka Uztarroz, so it's a real name. It's from Basque Country. I was born in Paris, France. I'm in Paris, France, and I do some cartoon, some comics for fun, some zines, and I just published my first uh, project, my first finished comic, which is called The French Ninja, and which is a true story.
Yeah. Concerning your name there, you mentioned it's a real name because we had previewed your book on a previous episode when we were doing crowdfunded books and stuff, and I wasn't sure if it was your real name or if it was a pen name, because some creators like to use a pen name like Jock or Mobius or whatever have you, like. So I wasn't sure if because it's such an interesting name. I've never seen a name like that before, so I wasn't sure if it was something you came up with as a pen name. But come to find out, I went and checked the chats,
Nope.
and a lot of people were like laughing about it and said, "Yeah, fucking American and Canadian up there." Not
I'm
realizing
used to it. I'm used to people wondering. They think it's from Eastern countries, sometimes from Bulgaria, Russia, but no, Basque country.
Yeah, awesome.
And you mentioned your book, French Ninja. This is a lot of fun, man. To tell you the truth, you could do a little reformatting, and you could literally sell this as a children's book. I think if you kind of formatted it like kind of more of like a just showing the panel by panel instead of having two panels per page. I think that you were talking about having trouble getting it on comic book shelves. I think if you formatted it right, it could be sold in bookstores as a kid's book. To tell you the truth, it's very touching.
Well, thank you very much. It's truth is I wasn't targeting a special audience. I just concentrated on telling the story. Obviously, I didn't want to use any profanity or because it didn't have this place on a kid's story. But some friends have bought it and they read it to the kids, and the kids are liking it, and they send me pictures of the kids reading it and having fun with a cover, because you guys haven't received it yet because of the strike.
Yeah. It's they're back to work today, so maybe in the coming weeks
soon.
Yeah.
But I had fun with the object, and I did a little cutout, on the cover, because I thought it was not just a gadget. It really worked with the concept of the ninja balaclava, and people are sending me pictures of their kids doing this, and so it's really fun seeing kids play with that. And yes, you're right. Kids have been liking it. So it's maybe if I sell everything, maybe do a reprint and as you say, repackage it. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I love that die cut cover like that with the eyes, and it reveals the character on the inside page. That's a great concept. Love it.
Thanks.
Johnny and I are big fans of the die cut covers that actually do something interesting, so yeah.
I had one more idea, but the providers I contacted weren't able to do it in my range of budget. But I wanted to have the side of the pages painted black also. So
okay.
So that's
because it's all in black. So
it looked almost like a balaclava, like I say everything's black, and but it was either really too expensive. So I had to ditch this idea, but the cutout cut a bit more just to do the normal thing, but it turns out cool. I think it's a cool.
Very
I'm
cool.
happy with it.
Yeah. And I saw all the posts people were sharing on Instagram and stuff, and
it
was fun. It's fun. You've been getting a lot of replies, a lot of love from your book of the last few weeks. A lot of people. I'm assuming you've been shipping out a lot of the books that were through the crowdfunding, and now you have
everything everything has been shipped a while ago. Except I've got one dude who is traveling during in Asia for 1 year. So he told me, you just wait until I come back, and you will ship it when I come back. But everything has been shipped, and now it's like new orders, and distributing it in bookstore here in Paris, and also in bars. I've got a few bars which I'm friend with a owner, and like it's a really cool bar, really small, with a crowd of people. Everyone know each other. A bit punk rock, a bit metal, and so I've said to him, look, if you want to sell my comic, you take your percentage, like a bookshop, and it's been working well. So in the bars, the book are selling a bit, so it's really cool.
Very cool, very cool. What would have been cool is that guy that's traveling Asia. If he would have brought the book with him and he took a picture in front of like different landmarks, would have been kind of see the traveling of your book around the world like that. Would have been kind of cool.
And to have it in Japan will be a dream come true, like with a ninja hood, it will be really cool.
Yeah. I want to touch on because the intro this time isn't our usual intro. I used a bunch of clips that you used as promo videos for your book.
Yes.
So the ninja running around, I'm assuming that's you.
That's me. It's an idea that just popped out one day in my head. This is in French. The title is "The Ninja from the Place Clichy," which is the place you can see where it's my neighborhood. And one day I said to wait, I can like dress like a ninja and run around. It will be fun.
Yeah.
And so with a friend, we shoot those out in a Sunday morning. I gotta admit, when the day came, I was a bit like stressed, like, man, I gotta be dressed like a ninja in the streets. So I say Sunday very early, the earlier possible, so there were not too much people. And we just improvise. I run around doing some sketches, and it was a fun way to do something a bit different, to try to bring a bit of attention on the project.
I loved it. Every video I saw, I got a good chuckle out of it. I love the little roll.
Yeah.
Great. That's a great little touch.
Oh, that's the ninja roll, the classic.
Yeah. I loved it. When the first time I saw it, I love when creators do like have fun with promoting, like change it up a bit, and just across the street, and then like the little, you see something, then the pause with the exclamation point, like just good stuff.
The Metal Gear exclamation point.
Yeah. Fun stuff, really fun stuff. Yeah.
Well, if you're at our stage when we're indie creators, or you gotta have fun with it. You cannot overthink and what will be the more efficient. Well, okay, what can I do? At one point, just if you have fun, I think it translates to what you're creating. Now people can catch the fun you're having, and they have fun also. So it's cool.
Cool. For the people listening at home, can you go ahead and give us the pitch for the book, kind of like what it's about?
Yes, yeah, of course. So everything is true in the book. First of all, so it's a little pitch I have is like I'm the first guy who managed to pull the #autobio comic, #ninja comic. I think I'm the first one to be able to do it. So Paris in the 90s, in my street, I was playing with my friend. We were like 10, 11. It was 1991 on the street. And some dude just approached us and told us, hey, guys, you guys want to become ninjas? And it was a ninja craze at the time. Like everything was ninja for the boys. Ninja Turtles and video games were ninjas. Everything was ninjas. So we said, of course we want to be ninjas. And at this stage, like it's credible. We're gonna be ninjas. So we begged our parents, and they accepted to register to some unknown guy to train to be ninjas. I don't even know why they accepted. And so we began training. And now, at the time we were into it, we were thinking it was really cool. But as time passed, I realized it was like, it was crazy. It was nothing serious. Like it was like in the 90s, when there was this mystic about martial arts, and the dude really thought he was a ninja, and So it tells about this, the ninjutsu, the crazy ninjutsu training, the ninja equipment we were like fantasizing about, the nunchakus, the shuriken, the balaclava, the shoes with a big toe separated, and also about the neighborhood. I included stories about the neighborhood because first it started as a project really for fun, for to relax at the end of the day. So you notice, you told it, like you can see the evolution between the beginning and the end on the quality of the drawing.
Yes.
And thing is, at first I was really inspired by Benjamin Mara's.
Yeah, Ben Mara.
Yeah.
Ben Mara. He was doing like what we meant by yesterday, and just he was pumping out 4 drawings a day, really raw, but it allowed the story to go really fast and boom, 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 drawing. And I say, well, that's another way you can draw something a bit simpler and just tell your story. You can just speed it out. So I started in this mood, really to speed out the story. So the drawing, the first one, are a bit raw. But when it gained a bit of steam, and when I pitched it up to a local newspaper and they accepted, I say, now I got to step up the drawing and I got to have fun. Now it's not the speed, it's the quality also. So I step up the time I invest in each drawing.
Nice.
And so this tells the story of this.
But I think it's just happenstance. It's just great because, right, as the kids get older, you see the style is more more simple, like you streamlined it, right? You're quicker, you made it more cartoony. Like then as it progresses, like you say, you spent more time, more interesting camera angle, like shots in the panels for more interesting angles, more cross hatching, shadows. So like it almost feels like we had touched on previously, like the comic matured at the same pace as the kids, right? Because the kids are like young and dopey, and as you get older, it's more serious, and the art becomes a little more like serious looking and more polished, more refined, right? In your style and your approach, which is, I think it just mirrors the story perfectly. And I thought, I don't, it might have just been by coincidence, but I think it was such a great coincidence that it happened that way.
But it was totally a coincidence, and it's funny because the way you saw it, I never saw it myself, but when you say it like that, it makes a lot of sense. The art matures as with the kids growing up, and
yeah,
it just so when you told it, I say,
well, you know what?
Right.
We'll edit this part out, and then we'll let you say, yeah, that was completely my intention. And
no, I believe in. I love accidents. I love having to deal with accidents, even when drawing. You know, I don't draw digital. I've got nothing against it. Yeah. I think it's just another tool. But me, I like the ink on the paper, and like sometimes that you miss something and you got to deal with it. Yeah, you cannot just erase and go back and And sometimes you make a splash, a splatter, and you got to deal with it. And that's why I love also about you got to find a way to make it work. So I love incorporating accidents and improvising a bit. I think it's really it gives life to the finished product.
So and I connected with this book. Like at first, I think I made a few comments on some of your posts. I think during Spawnuary, I think you did a few pictures, and then you reached out to us, and you're like, "Oh, I have this book. If you wouldn't mind reading it, and maybe you could, talk about touch on it on your show, help out." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, no problem." So you sent me a review copy, and man, I was like, "This." I think it echoes a lot of people, maybe our age, kind of like ninjas, like you said, like in the 80s, like there were so many ninja movies. And it was fantastic. Like I was obsessed with ninjas. We even used to play Ninja Wars as kids because I come from the country, so we had a lot of like abandoned barns out in the fields and stuff near the forest. And so we'd make like two teams, right? And we'd go in the workshop and we'd make ourselves katanas out of wood. we'd chase each other around and just whacking each other with wooden swords, playing Ninja Wars as kids. So I was like, man, this book, like, it almost reflects exactly what my childhood was. And then as I got older, like you said, Mortal Kombat and all these other things came around. And like the Mortal Kombat thing, I was like, oh yeah, I remember getting off the bus from school. We had one small convenience store that brought in one arcade cabinet, and it was Mortal Kombat. And I remember after school getting off the bus, they'd always drop us off at that store, and we'd just go in there and just feed that thing as all the quarters we had before going home for supper. And it was like, it was great. And totally everything in there spoke to me in this book. It's fantastic. I mean, it was like a trip down memory lane. It was great.
Well, I think, as you say, the ninja craze, it went everywhere. Like you were in Canada, in France, it was the same, I think. So yeah, people our age have been connecting to this. And yeah, you speak about Mortal Kombat because I talk about Mortal Kombat a bit in the book. I loved. We had an arcade just that doesn't exist. It's been closed for 20 years. The arcades are dead now. But it was like a magic place, like, all those Raiden, and afterwards there was Daytona USA, and I spent so much time and money in those arcades, and there was Mortal Kombat, indeed, yes. Yeah. But one thing I want to clarify, for me, the ninjas are black with a hood, are maybe white ninja, red maybe, but like orange with no hood, like Naruto. That's not a ninja for me, No. I tried to get into Naruto because my stepson was deep into it, and I love manga, and I say, okay, let's check it out, but I couldn't.
Those ones with like 80 books and like 1,000 episodes of the anime, it's just too hard to get into, man. It's just too much. You know what I mean? In my opinion. But do you have any of the ninja weapons anymore? Like the rad bow staff that your sensei gave you? Do you have that anymore? No,
I don't have this. I bought for the little skits. I just bought a balaclava, and I bought the shoes. With a big toe separated. That I couldn't get when I was a kid because my parents say, no way, we're gonna spend this too much money just for you to have shoes. You're gonna wear one time, and
especially after the cowboy boots, yeah.
Yeah, the cowboy boots. So
that was such a funny part of the book.
That's a true story. I thought I was so cool. I say, oh, I'm gonna go to the school with my cowboy boots, and everything will think the girls will love me, and I was, all my friends just ridiculed me, and it was a tough day to. I never put them again, that's for sure.
As a kid, sometimes you get some crazy ideas.
Yeah.
But
and since this is based on true stuff, you mentioned that your friend Jonathan moved to Marseille. Were you ever able to reconnect with him? Like, now that there is an internet and stuff, did you ever find him?
I haven't. I haven't seen him. I saw him just once, like when we were 15. I never saw him again, and I thought maybe a bit later I will contact him, and I will try to find him. I remember his last name, so maybe I can find him through social media. I just I don't know. So much I want to finish it before.
Hunt him down so you guys can drop plastic bags full of water on people.
Did you edit that? Was it water, or were you dropping piss on people?
No, it was water. We weren't like.
So I know as a kid I did some bad things like that.
We were too young. At this time, we were too young to have those kind of idea. Maybe later, but that will be another comic. But at this time, what's crazy was, like I said in the comic, I remember like full-on plastic bag, like maybe 5 or 6 liters of water, and you drop this on someone.
Yeah.
You can break his legs, like 6 kilo on the head, and we're just dropping this on passing cars from the third or fourth floor. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Stupid stuff.
Yeah, kids, eh? Oh. So many things I could probably think back on, and you think you're still alive today, and you wonder how you made it through as kids all this time doing all that crazy stuff. and we're still around to talk about it. It's insane.
Yeah, memories.
Yeah.
And so you said it's all true. Did the ninja really, or the ninja master really yell at your dad like that?
Yes. That's one thing we talk about with my dad sometimes, and he has fun. And when I was making the comic, I had I forgot about this episode, and he was the one telling me, "You remember when he came to the house, and I had to kick him out?" And I said, "No, like my memory blurred out this episode," and he just told me that, and then I got some flashes. I came back, but but the dude came, and I don't know, he was a bit out there, you know. He was really thinking he was training future ninjas, and we had to be serious about the training. And so my father and my mom say, "Okay, enough is enough." Kicked him out of the apartment.
Yeah.
I wish I remember his name of this ninja master. I suppose I tried to look information, but nothing came out.
But your friend, what you should do is, if you do track him down, find his address, you should just not get in touch with him right away. Just mail a copy of the book to him, and then see if he recognizes it. Like, just out of the blue, you know, he'd get it.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell's this? He's like, "Oh my god!"
So some people, two different people contacted me and say, "Well, I was into the ninjutsu scene in the 90s. Maybe I can try to find him. You got some more information?" The problem is I don't even remember his first name, but I told them all the details and said, "Oh, we're gonna ask," and so far nothing came up.
Yeah.
There was no internet, so there was no traceability of information. It was like just a.
He probably lives in a small fishing village in Japan. He's shooting fish with bow and arrow and stuff. Wow, living the ninja life.
So
I hope.
Did I understand you correctly before? Just a little while ago, you said you want to complete it. Does this mean there's going to be a second volume to this story? Or
I don't know. No. This is
okay.
No. Maybe I've misspoke. I don't know. The story is complete.
Okay. I just misunderstood. That's all. Yeah.
Maybe like if it's selling okay, so it's selling pretty good. So if I sell everything, maybe I'll do a reissue and add some more stuff, maybe some more material that was discarded, and maybe also I was thinking maybe contacting my friend and telling this in comic story, like an epilogue, like telling the story of how I contacted him. So we'll see. Maybe we'll see.
Yeah.
I got other project also.
Makes for great comics, though. I mean, like telling your own story, and you know, it's so much more. It has so much more character, so much more, you know, heartfelt. You know, it's definitely, and it comes out in the story. You know, that it's something that was close to you, that you loved. I mean, it really comes through in the comic, and you know, it's great.
Well, it's. I still haven't tried real fiction. I've got one more project of autobio, funny stories that happened to me. But I think when you go step up to fiction, not step up, but when you go to fiction, like you really got to know what you're doing. Autobio allows you to. Well, because it's a real story, you can break a bit the rules, and the story is like paramount, is the more important, and real life is crazy. I think everyone's got crazy story. Everything can be a cool story, so everyone's got material to tell something. And for now, it allows me to practice the art of comic and get my experience and before getting to fiction. But yeah, and in autobio, if you're real, if you're really not trying to be, I don't know, to be cooler than you are, and if you really show things, you connect with people when you're genuine. You got to be genuine.
Yes, yeah, for sure. So I just wanted you have copies for sale. People can either what stores do you have them in right presently?
Oh, they're in Paris. On my website, there is a map, an interactive map, which I update with a bookstore.
Mhm.
So it's in Paris. It will be on the Ninja page on my website. And if you know, people can contact me directly. I ship worldwide. Shipping is a bit expensive, but I'm, for example, for United States, it's 12 euros, but I'm only not invoicing. I'm only billing 6 euros for the shipping, and I'm taking a cut because it's a patient project, so I want to spread it to.
Yeah,
So it's
get it into as many people's hands so they can
Yeah.
read it. Yeah.
so
So you go either Cosmogol 66666
Yes,
is your
that's
handle on Instagram.
Instagram, and my name www.gorkauztarroz.com is my website, my portfolio, and there you can buy the comic online also, or you can just send me a DM on Instagram, and I can ship the comic, no problem.
And you had lefrenchninja.com as well.
Yes, I bought lefrenchninja.com because why not? It was fun. I say it doesn't cost much, and it's fun to have this name.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing it doesn't work if you put HTTPS.
Okay.
You don't have to put the S. I don't know why. I don't, but without the S, it works. LeFrenchNinja.com. That's me.
So those are the ways you can find the book, order it, and read it. It's definitely a great fun read, especially if you grew up loving ninjas and all that stuff. And I love how you touched on all the different influences, like as you grew up, like Akira, all kinds of different stuff. And you have that page where your head just explodes once, you get exposed to all this stuff, and you're like, oh my God, that's a great panel. I love that one.
But Akira was exactly what the father of my neighbor, he thought it was a great idea. So here in France, like, I don't know how it was in the United States and Canada, but at the time, anime was automatically for kids, like something animated for kids. There was it couldn't be for adults. So Akira came out. He said, well, that's for kids. Let's bring the kids to see Akira on the movies. And we were like 11, 12. And can you imagine first exposure, 11, 12 years olds in a movie theater with a big screen, and you take Akira with first scene, you got the girl with shot down with all the blood and the dogs, and then the music, and then the crazy psychedelic stuff at the end with and the monster and Tetsuo, which transformed like a monster, and the punks, and it was like wow. I became obsessed. It's one of my favorite piece of art. All media. I've done a lot of reference to Akira, and I just love Akira. It's incredible. I think it's one of the most craziest piece of art I've ever done.
So you got to see that on the big screen in a theater?
Yeah, at like 11 or 12 years old.
That's crazy. That's awesome.
And I remember the music is like
yeah, it's a wild soundtrack, man.
And you love, you never heard, you only at this age you only hear like traditional music on the TV and the radio, and you're not prepared to hear something like that, like the breathing and the and it was the combination, I think. And the band who did the music for Akira did an incredible job. They managed to get inside the Akira world. They're not associated with Akira forever. The music fits perfectly Akira. They're part of Akira, and I don't know how you could have done a music different for such a movie. It's incredible movie, incredible music, incredible movie.
Yep. So, back to the French Ninja, though, man. Do you remember when you were a kid, like what your favorite piece of ninja media was? Like, what your favorite movie or like?
I remember I put in the comic Michael Dudikoff, American Ninja. I remember this.
Yeah.
Uh,
The way you draw them back there too, it's perfect, man.
yeah. For me, like TMN, I loved Ninja Turtles, but they weren't really ninjas. They didn't have any hood. For me, ninja is associated with the black hood. Video games more than like Storm Shadow from and Snake Eyes from J. Joe and the video games. You are like Shadow Ninja. In the video games, you had a lot of ninja everywhere and Shinobi, and that was the main influences.
Yeah, I remember Ninja Gaiden. I remember playing that.
Ninja Gaiden, yeah, Ninja Gaiden, yeah.
Yeah, with the cut scenes back in the day, that was like, whoa! It had cut scenes. That was insane.
Yeah.
And did you have a particular favorite ninja weapon? Like,
yes, the nunchaku, because nunchaku you were exposed to it with Bruce Lee beforehand, and nunchaku looked so cool when people were mastering it, but it was really hard, and nunchaku was so cool. Nunchaku was. Plus, my mother is
I love that shot.
Yeah, so this is me training nunchaku in front of the mirror, and so nunchaku, I think it's my favorite one.
Cool.
Yeah. Obviously martial arts is a huge passion of yours. You love it, and it's transcended into your adulthood as well. Because you still train in martial arts, actually, right? You don't you train in jiu-jitsu, I believe?
Yes. I've got a big gap, like when I was 14, I realized like martial arts, ninja was cringe. I realized it was really cringe. And so I completely dropped it. And I was really ashamed at this age. Now, as an adult, I was able to laugh about it. But, when you're 14, 15 and girls come into play and used to think you were ninjas, like, oh my God, no, it's not possible. So I kind of like blocked it. And I fall in love with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu like 15 years ago.
Okay.
It completely obsessed me. I was to the point where first I was drawing less because all my free time I was completely. It's a sport which is so upsetting because it's purely technique. So when you're a nerd, you can like really obsess over the techniques, and now I'm able to have a relation maybe a bit healthier. I train a bit less, but it also helped me a lot with creativity and with being able to let go of the mistakes and accepting and understanding that done is better than perfect. Before jiu-jitsu, I was like over drawing the same drawing 4, 5, 6, 7 times. I was never happy. And it allowed me to understand, like when you're in a competition, you cannot just reset. You got to go through the end of your match. You're in a bad situation. You got to do with what you got. You got to accept and find a way to make it work. And so it helped me to, from my heart, like now I don't like a drawing. I still go on and I finish it anyway. It's better. I think it's my mantra. Done is better than perfect, because if not, you never progress. You never go ahead.
Cool. Very good. Very cool. Well, just curious, what belt are you in? Are you a black belt?
Yeah, I'm a black belt. It's been I've been training 15 years. It took me 10 years to be a black belt. I teach classes 1 time per week. I still compete once in a while, and it's really a fun sport. It's really like playful, because it's like when you're kids and you play fights. It's the same thing but with technique. So it's really fun. It's the fun part and the nerd part of the technique, that really got me. It's perfect for me. I really love it.
Cool. Yeah, I've been seeing your posts come up every now and then from the tournaments you've been recently. So the one where the guy gets flipped and he bounces off his face.
Yes.
Everyone's like, oh.
So that's not me, but yes, that was a tournament. I draw the poster for the tournament. It was another Akira reference.
Mm-hmm.
It was like the shot with Canada walking to his bike from behind, and so it was a guy in a red gi walking to the mat to reference Akira.
Mm-hmm.
And it's some guys are like here in France are doing like a mixture of hip hop and BJJ. There is a live DJ. There is like shorter rounds.
Nice.
And it's like you crazy energy. People on the side, wow, cheering. It's really, really cool.
Yeah, it looked cool. Like some of the shots you show, like it looked like a party atmosphere. Like everyone's really into it, and it looked like really cool, positive, kind of, like a fun vibe. Really.
Yeah, it looks like a mix of hip hop battle and Brazilian jiu-jitsu. And everyone here is on the BJJ scene is really excited about them, and they produce great images, great competition. It's really cool.
Yeah, it looked cool. Man. It looked cool. So the French Ninja, you had mentioned it before. This was a strip, right? That you had in a newspaper. Yeah. So your layout. So basically, you worked on this over the space of
almost 2 years.
2 years. Okay.
So first, it was not a strip. I was doing on my Instagram and like just releasing it to the universe, like. And then I saw like it's a Parisian newspaper, and here so that's the first issue. Okay. I approached them out of nowhere and say, look, I'm doing a comic. It's about when I was a kid, a ninja, and in order to sell it to them, I also say it was about the district. The neighborhood.
Oh yes, the neighborhood. Yeah.
First, the neighborhood wasn't playing such an important part on the comic, but in order to sell it, I say, well, I'm going to speak about the neighborhood also, so it fits the theme of and say, okay, let's go. So this also changed the direction a bit of the comic. I introduced more reference to the neighborhood, which allowed also, I think, it was a good thing to breathe and to anchor it on the place. And so it was again an happy accident. I wasn't planning it to have it published on the newspaper. I just want to show you the first page, and it was quite a responsibility because I had to. Here we go. First page ever published.
Cool.
So
so it was nine panels per.
The first one was 9, and then it was 6.
Then it was 6. Okay.
So 6 is not a lot, but you got to combine this with your own personal life. Your real work, your personal life, your family life, your hobby, and everything. So at some times I was able to draw in advance. At some time I was feeling the deadline arriving, and I had to speed up, and we also illustration project as well on the side. So, but it taught me a lot, and it was really a really cool experience to be published monthly on doing 1 year and a half, I think, something like that.
Cool, very cool.
So that newspaper runs once a month, or like they just had you do a strip for it once a month?
Yes, it's once a month. So I have to produce 6 panels per month, and it lasted from I think November 2021 to May 23, so 1 year and a half.
So through the pandemic, then.
Yeah, so that kind of kept you busy a little bit through that. Huh?
I love the pandemic. I'm sorry, guy, but because here in France, I got paid full time, and I didn't have to go to work. So I was on my home, all the free time in the world, and I just drove from like 8 in the morning until like 11 in the night. I was doing 2 strips 2 different strips on my Instagram a day, 2 daily strips. I was like, it was for me to allow me to draw a lot and to concentrate on this and forget everything else. I just draw. It was I loved it.
So that's what allowed you to do your fanzine, because I noticed the fanzine you have a little pandemic section.
Yes, that's the other daily strip, the Crucial Corona Chronicles.
Fucking Trump.
Oh.
Beautiful portrait of
yeah.
I just started to be the more absurd I could, like from a real situation, and to really go in all direction and trying to like a flip, boom boom boom, and no direction, improvising, and just go for fun. And I handed it when the lockdown ended, so I got to go back to work, and it was not sustainable. I had to draw the ninja. I had a lot of the finished comics. Maybe I have only half drawn. I have half left to draw, but it's not my priority. I've got other projects which I think are cooler. So maybe I'll get back to it if there is another pandemic, like with a bird flu, or I don't know, the frog flu. I don't know. Maybe we'll do it. Like eating frogs. Maybe will be the one that brings the frog flu.
Earlier, you said that you had another autobiographical comic in the works. Like, what's that one going to be about?
Oh, next one is not touchy, but next one it's a really embarrassing story. It's a more embarrassing story that happened to me. So I'm gonna tell it, and I'm gonna branch out. It allows me to tell story from friends who then told me about it. This won't be for kids.
Okay.
But I'm gonna spill it. Basically, I was going to live in South America I was leaving to live in South America to join my wife was there, and I got a party with friends, and so this was 20 something. One friend allowed me to sleep in his house, and in the morning I was completely drunk. I heard a huge scream, like, "Gorka, fuck, what the hell, man? Like, you puked in my room." I said, "I'm sorry, I'm gonna clean up." And then I heard, "What the fuck? That's not puke."
I knew this is where it was going.
And I'm gonna leave it like that. It was his bedroom. I'm gonna leave it like it. That's the trailer.
I think every group of friends has a similar story with at least themselves or one of their friends. So
what? Every friend?
Yeah. Anyway, I have a similar story.
I woke up once and I pissed in my garbage can, man. My best friend was there with me, and like he thought it was raining or something. He woke up and he's like, "What the hell are you doing?" And like I had no idea what I was doing, man. But
I'm not talking about piss.
No, I know.
No, I know what you're talking about. And
anyway. I've already sketched like the 15 first pages. I'm procrastinating a bit, doing like illustration. I feel I gotta get out of my system. I just did a guest illustration with for a really cool black metal comic from the US, Angel Slayer. The guy invited me to do a guest comic. If you like black metal and comics, it's like black metal imagery, like, you know, with demons and goats with horns and war. And so I got this one. I'm doing a Punisher illustration right now, and as soon as I'm finished, I'm jumping on my next comic, which will be really embarrassing when my parents will want to read it. But hey, that's how it goes. I think I'm old enough now to.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, shit happens, right?
Yes.
No pun intended.
So are you gonna work a little color in this? Like, I have a limited palette, like with some shades of brown worked in there.
So I'm kind of I really like the contrast of black and white. I like color also, but I think this story I got to not speed it out, not expect a rate. I got to get it out of my system because it's people who have read it is funny, but I got to go fast. I cannot spend like fully painted 2 years, so it will be inky paper. And I was thinking, but so two aspects. I'm saying I don't want to be like just something like shit jokes. I want to talk about the shame I felt. My friends were bothering me. Like I want to speak seriously about this kind of stuff to contrast a bit with the subject. And I was thinking maybe I could print it in brown on a pink paper, but maybe it's too much. Maybe it's a bit a bit cheesy. I don't know. So I'm still
I don't know.
I'm still not sure.
Do I have that book? Oh, I don't have it here. But yeah, just a sec. I'm gonna grab something off the shelf to show you.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think I know what he's gonna pull.
There's a book here from a Montreal cartoonist called Julie Doucette, called Fantastic Plot. And a lot of her pages are pink with black and white. Some are, and it's like she writes about like having her period and stuff, and some of it's on pink with black and white, like a good section, like you can see, like a quarter of it. And it's really cool. Like, I mean, it gives a nice effect. So I don't think it would be cheesy. Like, it's really cool. Like, so maybe it's something you can explore. I mean, it definitely gives a good visual impact, like it's black and white, but you still get that punch of color, right?
So I really love two things. I really love like the old newspaper, like in Imagine.
Newsprint, yeah.
How do you call it? Like this paper, uncoated,
matte finish newsprint,
brownish paper. Like from the old newspapers.
Oh yes, okay.
I love this. I was able to find a seller who sell. So when I print my zine, I print it on this paper with like a bit yellow, a bit brown, like this old comics. I love this finish, but also I want to experiment. So I was thinking, yeah, maybe I'll do some pink paper and brown ink. Maybe I'll see. I'll have to ink the first story and see how it goes.
Yeah, you can always do some test runs too to see.
Yeah,
maybe
this is one thing I do. I always do like do it just DIY test stuff. Like just I got a few here. Like look, this the first one for my first. I did a BJJ ed book and I just wanted like to see. This is one really small.
Yeah. How big? But how big was it? The drawings.
The what?
The original art for it. How big was the original?
I will show you.
Okay. Yeah. That's kind of cool though. The little mini book like
this was for a BJJ art book. This was the final one. This was like risograph.
Nice.
And my first printed project, but I wanted, like I was stressing about the pagination. That's the correct word. Which page goes after which when you fold the paper. It's really complicated.
Yeah, because when you send it to the printers, if there's a mistake, then it screws the whole thing up.
But turns out I've done this for nothing because like they weren't doing like folded. They were like cutting and gluing.
Oh, okay.
So I did this for nothing. But anyway, like for my zine, I do little version before printing the full size, just to get a feel of the like to bring it to life and to feel it, like to this is the
Yeah.
So this is the final version.
That is beautiful, man.
And this
I
is
love
like
the colors.
The first version I did like I printed it at work on a normal paper just to get a feel of the thing. And I've got here okay. So this is like This is the book I had printed professionally, the release.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the one I did like do it yourself myself. So I printed everything, and I don't know, I bound it. I don't know. I constructed the book.
Yeah.
Just to get a feel, and this is something I've learned from the Cartoonist Kayfabe YouTube channel.
Yes. Yeah.
It was Jim Rugg who was telling that he was producing these mock-ups, do-it-yourself mock-ups, and it really resonated with me. Like you're working on paper, you're scanning, and nothing exists. And so if you do a do-it-yourself mock-up, like you can feel it. It's almost there. Like
It's
motivates you. Okay, I'm almost there. It's gonna be look like that, and you can correct something, and it's really like everybody that does comic, I really recommend like do a mock-up, even photocopy, black and white, but just having this in your hands is like it helps you go ahead with the project.
Nice.
Yes, yeah. Our buddy Wesley Griffith does the same thing. He prints his own. I don't think he actually gets his books professionally printed. I think he prints them all himself, though. Like even the ones that he sells, right, Joe?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I know that
sure.
the what was the one about the barbarian woman? The trade for that he
Beast,
had print, but I think the issues of the jump that he sells, I think he prints those himself.
Oh, the jump, the guy who does the jump.
Yeah.
Oh, I loved it. I would love to buy it, but the problem is like the shipping is insane.
So that's what I'm waiting for him to have, like maybe 8 issues or a trade. Yeah. And then it makes the shipping hurt a little less when you get like 6 issues instead of just 1. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I've got a lot of comics like from US and Canada, indie comics I want to buy, but like the comics like $20 and you pay $40 for shipping. It's like,
oof, it hurts. It hurts.
I've got a friend who lives in Montreal and in France. So once he get back to Montreal, I want to buy the jump. I'm really interested in it, and also the stuff that Jasper Juvenile is doing with Diva Dynamite. Diva Dynamite.
Oh, Dynamite Diva. Yeah.
Dynamite Diva.
Yeah.
I'm really interested in this. I want to read it, but I'm waiting for my friend to get back to Canada, and I will tell him
stick
to buy
stick with us after we go off air, man. We'll hook you up. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, thanks.
But yeah,
I really like his style. I really like he seems breathing comics, and I seen in Instagram what he's doing, but I want to read the story. I want to read see what he's got to say story-wise. So I'm really curious about the stories because I love the drawings.
Yeah, he's got a great style. I love.
He's
from Vancouver here in Canada, out west. So yeah,
it's very pulpy. I mean, like kind of reminds me a bit of do you ever read Polar by Victor Santos? It's a touch like that. He's a Spanish cartoonist that he's kind of gotten famous in America, but a lot of his stuff originally came out in Europe. Victor Santos, he's really cool.
Yeah, he's got a very.
Can you say that again?
Victor Santos.
It doesn't ring a bell. No, I'm sorry.
He's got a very very graphic black. Like he plays a lot with negative space, so the white and the black and all that,
and limited color. Like he'll throw orange in with this black and white. It looks good. And
I'm gonna check it out.
This is one of his pages from
Victor Santos. Okay, I'm gonna check it out.
Very graphic. Black. He's got some great stuff. Black and white. His black and white is fantastic. The positive and negative space. He plays with that a lot, and it's really interesting stuff. Yeah.
You also earlier talked about doing dipping your toe into doing fiction. Do you have anything like that you're planning on working with for your fiction comic?
Yeah. But well, I want to do a BJJ comic. I've got something written already. I've got to get back to the writing because it was written like 3-4 years ago, and I think now I've got some better ideas. And like it's a matter that I know there is some comics that talk about BJJ, but nothing like really for the nerds to get into and with a to nerd about it and I want to take inspiration from manga, but I won't be able to produce like 500 pages.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to do like a shonen, but I'm thinking about doing a mixture of comic and manga with maybe the storytelling a bit shortened. Like I can do like the whole progression, like as doing manga, like Noritaka for Muay Thai. Like it's really cool, but this guy has like 5,000 pages of manga. I'm not able to do that. So yeah, I want to do a BJJ comic. I think it's gonna be really cool, and still maintaining a bit the punk energy, not being too just about sport and about BJJ, but bringing some stupid stuff inside and some fun stuff and
Well,
also,
bring your personality into it, basically.
yes.
Yeah.
And what I love about manga is when they're able to sometimes draw like very cartoonish characters and sometimes very serious. Like you have the same character and the mood can change from total wackiness to really like something really deep and serious about life and it works. Even the style changes. You got a really like ultra detailed face and next panel like it's a cartoony face and the illusion doesn't break. It works together and I really love that and so I'm going to try to do something like that. I'm going to try to do something I can draw fast and also sometimes I really like detailed drawings. Hopefully, that's my goal. After the embarrassing comic.
After the embarrassing comic, yeah. Yeah. I could see I already see your business model for your Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu book. You're gonna make that and you're gonna bring it to all the tournaments with you and just sell it all there and
No, yeah, of course. Talk about tournaments and talk about and the progression and I've got some cool ideas. I think it can work out. I've already done some like really small mini comics, some really small BJJ comics, which are.
Well, you had some stuff in your zine, a few pages, stuff like that. You have that great piece with all the different movie characters in their gis and all that. That's a great piece. It's actually in the background right there. Yeah. There you go. You have a few of the BJJ Bazaar. You have a few pages in both zines. Yeah, it's really cool. That's a beautiful piece that you made.
Thank you.
Yeah. So is that a character that's going to be reoccurring? The other one with the luchador mask? Is that
which one?
Is that in the fanzine? You have the one page. This guy in the background. He kind of has like a painted face or a luchador mask. I don't know.
This one?
Yeah, exactly. Like your T-shirt. Yeah, is that like the character? Is that one of the characters?
That's a clown from Akira.
Yeah,
that's from what?
Akira.
Akira, that's a clown.
Oh, okay.
Remember the fight on the freeway? Yeah, he's the guy riding the motorcycle with his arms crossed like a badass.
That's the rival gang from Canada. That's a clown from Akira.
Okay. From I
will put him in in the background doing some cameo.
Okay.
Or maybe I will steal it and make it a protagonist.
I have to rewatch that movie. I haven't seen it in a long time.
You have to.
I've seen it. I've seen it like 4 or 5 times, but I haven't watched it in over.
You read the comic? You read the manga?
Yeah.
I still to this day I cannot understand how some humans were able to produce those pages, like 2 pages of buildings destroyed with perspective. Everything is perfect.
Yeah,
How
it's
do you?
insane. The
I couldn't go
cityscapes
one page.
are
Well, with the mangaku like Otomo, he has a team, so like he's got understudies that kind of help him with the details of the cities and stuff like that too. Like that.
Yeah, but even me, as a manga slave to Otomo with a gun to my head, I couldn't draw like a drawing, like a building exploding like they do. It's incredible, like the perfection of the craft they master. It's I'm totally blown away by those dudes. It's incredible.
yeah. I mean, people should do themselves a favor. Everyone should read that. Or even just open it. Crack. If you have a friend, just grab it off the shelf, ask them permission first, and just crack it open. Just to look at. You can open that book on any page from any volume, and it'll blow you away. Like I can't think of any part of that book when I read it where I was like, oh, this is kind of, oh, they rushed this, or it's close to perfection, like you say.
And as big as it is, it must. I wonder how long that took him. That had to have been like a 10-year book, right? I think.
There's
I
6
think
volumes.
so. And what's crazy is like they did the movie when they were just halfway done. So that's one part of the reason why the movie stops at the end of the half of the story, and you don't have like all the Neo Tokyo stuff because it wasn't even done yet.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it's like in all the it's an epic. It's a modern epic. It's like all the characters. It's like a modern mythology almost. It's incredible. For me, I'm a huge fan of Akira.
Actually,
have you ever read Blom by Tsutomu Nihei?
I know Blame. I haven't read it. I know the setting, like a dark dystopian cyberpunk, like but I haven't read it. No.
Well, I'm just the way you talk about love and the way Otomo drew the city. I think you'll like the way Nihei does his backgrounds and cities and stuff. It's a beautiful book.
Mm-hmm.
I should get into it. I love manga, but I love like a manga with a person. I don't like the new manga. Maybe I know I'm an old fart. I don't know, but I love like for Ghost in the Shell. It's incredible.
Mm.
I love the Dragonhead.
No.
It's pretty short. It's just 10 volumes. The guy had some success afterwards. It's some kids are on the train, and the train goes through mountains.
Oh, Dragonhead. Yeah, I have that.
Dragonhead, yeah. When you read that, it's bleak, it's tense. When you finish the reading, like I was like exhausted. Like I was like, you close the last book, and it's like too powerful. Like you're almost sweating from desperation. It's really intense. I really love Dragonhead. I really love Dragonhead.
Turn your lights off, man. Sit in your room brooding like Batman after reading that book, man. It hits hard. Yeah. Because like everybody gets fucked up in that book, man. Like
so bleak.
Yeah. I'm surprised you never mentioned it to me, that one.
Dragonhead, well there's a movie for it that it's half-ass okay.
Yeah, no, I've seen the movie. No, it doesn't just do justice to the.
They tried to rush through it. They tried to do the whole book in a movie, and it just didn't work out. They made like the evil helicopter pilots like good guys in it and stuff like that. Like a couple of the choices, I'm like, why did you go there? But as far as adaptations go, it was decent.
Yeah, because in the book, everything is bleak. Everyone is bad. Nothing goes right. It's really like it's crepuscular, like a crepuscular piece of art. I don't know. It's like, oof. Hey, you guys know this unknown manga is incredible. You know this Chrono War?
I'm not sure. It might not have gotten released over here. A lot of manga that gets released
by Dark Horse. Guys, Chrono War. It's really short. Like you got like just like 9 comics,
Okay.
And it's incredible. Like it's I'm showing the covers.
Mm-hmm.
It's like science fiction that goes really far, but in a really I don't know how to say it. It's like it speaks a lot about humanity, about what we could be, what we should be as a species, and also as a human. It's really deep. I don't understand why this is not more famous. It's incredible work for me. It's like one of my favorite piece of art. So guys, do yourself a favor and check Chrono Noir by Dark Horse translated it.
Okay.
It's incredible stuff. I know.
I might be able to get it because if it's translated into French, I could get it here.
No, it's in English. To say
It's in English? Okay.
Yeah, it's
It's Dark Horse.
Dark Horse.
Oh, Dark Horse put it out. Okay.
And it's like the fate of humanity resides in 1 millisecond.
Mm-hmm.
The fate of the future of all, and the author, what he says about us as human, as a species, as people, it's really deep and really cool. One of my favorite mangas. So
cool.
You can check it out. We'll
put that on the list.
I know that you said you don't like a lot of new manga, but like I think you'll like Search and Destroy by Atsushi Kaneko. He's a very punk rock style mangaku, and this is like his retelling of Tezuka's Dororo, but like it's a cyberpunk version. And it's beautiful, man. The art in it's just fucking
Search
gorgeous.
and Destroy.
Search and Destroy.
Okay, I'm gonna.
I know all three versions are all three volumes are out in French already.
French, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we got a lot of manga here, like all the young.
Oh, I know. So many mangas that I want to read that don't get released in English are all in French, and it's maddening.
No, when I was saying about new mangas, like I really tried like to go like into Naruto and go into One Piece, for example.
Yeah, that's all shonen stuff. Shonen, it's hard to get into, especially if you're older and you kind of like more hard edge stuff. Yeah, it's not going to be for you.
Yeah, I feel I'm reading Dragon Ball all over again. Like Naruto is Sangoku. The guy from One Piece is Sangoku. Like he's fun, he's a bit stupid, but he's got a big heart and loves to eat a lot and got superpowers, and like it's all the same character. So I tried to, but I couldn't get into. But yeah, you're right. It's shonen. It's a shonen style that may be like outdated for me.
Yeah, I have a hard time with shonen myself. I'll watch some of the anime, but like getting into the manga, they just go on forever. You know what I mean? And a lot of them aren't interesting enough for me to read them for like 1,000, chapters. Yeah.
But one thing I learned was I haven't like grasped it. Like the guy from One Piece, for me, he's got like 5-6 years old. No, it's like he's been doing like for 20 years. Like,
and he says he's only half done with it.
And he was in a hospital, and like he just missed 1 week. And he was still producing like not inked but penciled pages. So the guy is a maniac. They die young, those guys, because they overwork them. But it's mangaka, they overwork themselves. There is a video from Tezuka at a party in his house. I don't know if you've seen it. It's really funny. Like he's smoking a cigarette and I think having a drink. There's a party and he says to come out, well, I've got to produce 36 pages for tomorrow. It's like 10 in the evening. And it's the Japanese guys are really like walk horses. It's crazy.
Yeah. So let's just recap the French Ninja. We have Gorka here with us, and you can get that. Either follow him on his socials. He has a link in his socials at Cosmogol666.
Yes.
Or you could go on your website, which is your name, which you see on the screen here. Gorka Uztarroz.com. You can go there and find the French Ninja. You have it both in English and in French. So you could pick whichever language you prefer to read in. You have it in English and French. So that's an interesting option for people as well that want to pick the book up. And I know you sent some in the mail to me, and I wanted one in French and one in English, because I'll send the English one to Johnny and I'll keep the French one for myself. And
they're coming.
Yeah. Well, the strike's over today, or they got forced back to work. So it probably already made it over. It's probably in port right now or somewhere in some warehouse, but it'll probably take a few weeks for them to get through all the backlog of mail from the strike. Yeah.
Hey,
go ahead.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Oh no, you go ahead.
Joe, just you're Canadian. I just want to give a quick shout out.
Yeah.
I noticed like in your intros you put a bit of like metal music sometimes.
Oh yes. Okay. Yeah. It's one of our friends from Detroit. One of their sons was in a band, so he made the intro music for our regular episodes. Yeah.
Cool. So I've collaborated with a Quebec band from Montreal, which is called Some. I've done some artwork, and I just want to like to give a shout out. Like, if you like, there are three guys. They're doing like some sludge metal without guitar, so it's like bass, drum and bass. And I've done some. Just wanted to show you guys the artwork. So we use big vinyl.
Oh, I saw that. I've seen that. Yeah.
And the thing is, we did this.
Oh, that is sweet.
And so we did all this. We did it by hand. I did it by hand. 33 of them. So if you like sludge, this was for the vinyl.
Ooh, nice little 7-inch.
Yeah, some like it means like your frustration in Arabic, and people here in Paris say it all the time. Like you've got the sum is like you're fed up, you're frustrated. And also I've done the cover. I want to take it out.
That was pretty cool. The other one too, man. Yeah. Double.
So maybe you recognize some Quebec, some from Montreal. You recognize some buildings.
Yeah, for sure. On the right hand side
so
there, yeah.
Like introducing like Montreal stuff, and if you like sludge metal, go check out Some.
Cool.
With the Canadian, panel streets.
Yeah, for the public transport. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Quick shout out to them because they allow me to do some artwork for them. It was really cool. Really cool guys, really cool band.
I'll have to go to the record shop and see if they can order that for me.
Yeah, maybe. Or check
maybe not the one, the full length. Maybe not the one you made, but the full length.
The one that we made is like sold out.
Yeah.
If you want not to listen to like Prince covered by a sludge band, you can check. They covered a song from Prince, the Marine Kind.
Okay.
With a sludge metal, so you can check them out.
I'll listen to that tomorrow at work. Put on the earbuds and I'll put that on. Check it out. Yeah, cool. That's cool, man.
Also, the season's kind of slowed down, but do you have any conventions you might be going to? Or do you do that at all?
Or signings at stores or anything
signings,
like that?
Yeah, at shops.
Shops, I haven't gotten. I just recently put the book, so maybe after the Christmas, I'll have some feedbacks. I've been applying to funds in festivals, but until then, I've been like they not accepted me because I noticed like there is like a trend of for the funds in festival is really artsy, like really like artsy pastel stuff, and I'm not fitting in the mood of the thing. So I understand it's more artsy, it's more like I'm a bit punk rock with my stuff, and it's a bit it can be seen like a bit 80s cheesy guys with big machine guns and
we should get you in touch with Steph. He might know because he just went to where was it? He said he went, and he has like Steph Zme. He has like Bloody Gore Comics. He has a very out there style, and he just went to the Netherlands.
He was in Denmark, right?
Oh, Denmark. That's it. Denmark. He went to a convention in Denmark and stuff, and
Copenhagen, right?
Yeah, and he knows a lot of artists all around, so maybe he could plug you in, like which festivals or cons would like maybe cater more to your style and your aesthetic. You know, like you say, like so
he might like your some of your books too. Maybe put out your zines, Bloody Gore Comics. So some of your work is like right up his alley.
Yeah. Well, Bloody Gore, yes, me too. But apart from that, what's a bit disappointing is like the guys, the organizers, I claim like they want different stuff, but when you look at it, they don't want really different stuff. They all the guys they put out are kind of the same vibe, and I can understand it, but why not take a chance? It's just fanzines, like honestly, I see fanzines, guys, there is no much effort, like just 10 pages of drawings, not really like much effort put into it. So but we'll see. I know I'm just a nobody for now. Just my first comic published, self-published. I think it's a good visit card. I just say like now with this I can go and
like on your resume. It's a good
now I can go and take in a bit more serious with a finished product.
Yeah, it was printed in a newspaper as well, so that's a nice like a little bit
caveat.
Of prestige there. Yeah, that it was like
We'll see. I think the more important is not to focus on that and just to have fun. And I've got my daily job, which pays the bills, and this is just for fun. And the more fun you have, and the more genuine it is, and that's the more important thing, I think.
But I mean, keep applying, and I'm sure you'll get somewhere. Like you said, it's.
I'm getting my foot on the door. I'm gonna get under the door. I'm gonna break a window. I'm gonna enter at some point, I'm sure.
Yeah. So I'm sure it's just a question of time because I mean, if anyone picks up Le French Ninja, I mean, the quality's there. Like there's no question. It's a fun read. It's definitely from the heart. I mean, I can't recommend it enough. So
and it's a pretty good size. It's 60 something pages, right? It's a nice chunk of comic.
Yeah,
nice tome as they call it in French.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, guys.
Yeah. So go visit, go follow Gorka on Instagram. Like his stuff. Yeah, it's right there written on the screen. So if you're watching or not just listening, or if you're just listening, it's at Cosmogold 666.
Go ahead with the name.
Yeah, that's it. So go check him out. Go on the website, order the French Ninja. It's available both in French and English. So I mean, go buy a great comic, man. It's fun. It's a fun read. Great art. I mean, it's good all around.
Thank you very much, guys. It was really fun. Thank you for trusting me. Like my first interview, so it was an honor for me to be featuring in your podcast, in your show. Thank you very much, guys.
Oh, we enjoy like being people's first interview. Like it's a pleasure for us, man. And we're happy to get you out there, man. Because, like I said, like with a little reformatting, the French Ninja could easily be a children's book too. Like if you kind of, or like I don't know, like even it.
All ages.
All ages.
Yeah. You know, I made a small change, like because some guy asked me, the first guy I want to buy when I speak about the library, when I found Akira, it was near a porn cinema at the time. I had written porn cinema, and I say I'm gonna change it to adult movie. Like less. I just changed it because you say my kid is 8 years old, and I don't want it to. I change this, and I'm not against, like I'm not. I don't think you got to hide some words from the kids, but like I don't. Yeah, adult cinema works. A kid can read about a comic when there's a mention of an adult cinema somewhere. It's not. He's not gonna be traumatized.
The kid has the internet, man.
That's it. I mean,
back in the days, hey, we didn't have internet. Back in the days, it was complicated.
Yeah, that's we could do a whole nother episode on that.
Yeah, about stealing magazines, stealing magazines in the magazine shops.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Oh shit. So thanks again for coming on, man. It was great. A pleasure talking to you. Finally put a face to the comic.
Thank you very much, guys.
Taking your ninja mask off for us and having a conversation. So man, good luck. Can't wait for your next project to come out, and definitely we'll be checking that out as well.
I'm gonna send you guys the sketch review just for you guys, so you tell me what you think about it.
Awesome.
Yeah, awesome. So we'll be back on Thursday. It's kind of open, but I think we're going to be doing Christmas special comics.
Yeah,
on
Christmas
the 19th.
comics. Yeah.
So yeah, keeping it family friendly, I guess, all the way around this week. So join us Thursday. Well, I'll be happy to see you. Take it easy, everybody.
Have a great week.